Line What? And ChristAnxiety has a brand new channel. It's ChristAnxiety in one word, and it's a good channel. If you guys want to check that out, and if you guys want to introduce yourself real quick, that'd be cool too.
You go first, Christ. Oh, sorry, Brandy.
I am ChristAnxiety, Brandy. My channel is mainly over religion, mainly Christianity, but it can be over anything. Religion, organizations, cults, even down to, workplaces or even just relationships. Anything that you feel that you need a safe place to come and talk, that is what my channel is going to be. And then it's also here as well to provide that place of, if you need that safe haven to be able to provide to get out of that place. Especially for like Scientology, we have the Aftermath Foundation. And so I have that resource available to help get you out of that.
That's great.
That's fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. That's a really good idea. Over to me.
Yes, it's Simon.
Yeah. So I am Simon, Chris' attorney, Chris' famous attorney, the best attorney in the world. But I have a channel called Borderline What. It's Borderline What with a question mark after it. But yeah, you should be able to find it pretty easily. I'll put some links up in the chat as we go. But yeah, my channel. I started my channel not very long ago, and my first couple of videos were about me trying to improve my mental health. Not my borderline personality disorder per se, but my mental health in general, just by going out for exercise and trying to enjoy nature and stuff like that a little bit more. But then I started. I've always been fascinated with Scientology, and I've been watching, SPTV for a long time. So then me and Chad sort of hooked up a little bit, and then I've been doing quite a bit of Scientology stuff, just silly sort of videos and stuff like that, but nothing too serious. But yeah, but I do aim to. I want my channel to become more centered around borderline personality disorder, because there isn't a lot out there, and people don't really understand it very well. So I think, maybe that'd be a sort of niche thing that I can do. Still do stuff on Scientology and other things, and cults and that, but definitely focus as well on that.
That's great. That's great. So, I don't really know where to start, but if anyone has any questions, go ahead and.
Are we getting any feed? Like, does my sound alright to the chatters? Because I noticed yesterday when I did replay our show back yesterday, and I noticed when I was talking, it didn't sound too great. I had the earphones in yesterday, and I was struggling to hear you guys, so I don't know what was going on there. But if you can just let me know, guys, am I too loud? Am I too quiet? Or is it pop in? Or
well, I can hear you fine, but I hear like something in the background. So I don't know. I don't know if it's you or me or Brandy or what. But
can you hear it all the time, or is it just when one of us talks?
I think it might be you, because when you stop moving around, I can't hear it as much.
When I stop moving around?
Yeah, I'm not sure though.
Here, I'll watch. So that way we can see maybe if it's that away.
Denver said there's some weird feedback, but I mean, if we have to deal with it, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It might not be you. I don't know.
I haven't changed anything on my mind.
Oh, now it's not happening. That's weird.
Are you on mute now? Are you on mute, Christ? Ah, right.
Oh, so it's Brandy?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we'll just deal with it, Brandy. Don't worry about it,
Yeah, it's not a problem. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I was just scratching my head a little bit about that. But yeah, so have we got any questions yet, or do you want me to start?
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought, Denver. That was coming from Simon, but whatever. We'll just deal with it. We're not going to be on for that long.
Is it still happening, is it?
No. I think since she muted herself, it's not happening.
Right. Okay.
But maybe she did it on purpose, so, So just unmute yourself when you want to talk. Otherwise, we'll just deal with it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not an issue. I was just trying to figure out where it was coming from. I thought it was me, to be honest with you, but
yeah, so did I, because when I thought you were moving, but it's all good.
Well, I don't tend to move about too much, and I'm not knocking the mic or anything when I move. So
Yeah, no, it's not you though, but it's all good.
yep, it's all good.
Oh, Brock says, "Are you a real attorney?"
Am I a real attorney? Well, I'll let you be the judge of that when Griff goes to jail.
That's good. That's good because Griff, I don't think you've seen it yet. Griff did another video and he was going nuts about you.
What have you? When was this?
This today.
Oh dear, I've been very busy today, Chad. So I'll have to
that's
watch.
all good.
I'll have to click on that, and maybe I'm
No
gonna have to
rush.
phone his. Maybe I'm gonna have to phone his mum up again and have a go.
Yep.
I do have a
Oh.
question.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see any more Xenu messages?
There will be some more coming soon.
Yes, I
Oh,
see
yeah,
that
those
today.
are
That
good.
was awesome.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. No, you do great work. Obviously my favorite are the actual attorney ones though.
Right. So, question: what is 6 + 4? That's a good question. I like that, Denver. 6 + 4 is 64.
Oh, really?
Simon really enjoyed your Xenu video. Oh, everyone seems to like that. Sound is clear now. Yeah, so we haven't got any questions just yet. Hello, One with Cats. How are you today? Or Shell? Sorry, Shell. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling a bit better. She's had the flu, so.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I didn't have anything planned.
Bear with me 1 second because I've just got some notes here. Right, so I'll start with recognizing borderline personality disorder because it's a very undiagnosed, it's misdiagnosed very often. So people live with it through most of their lives without even knowing they have it. They're misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, depression, just lots of other things, can be misdiagnosed as borderline personality disorder. So I'll start. So recognizing borderline personality disorder. If you identify with any of these following statements, it could be that you are suffering with borderline personality disorder. The feeling of feeling empty, not feeling empty often. That's one of the main sort of what would you call it? Symptoms of borderline personality disorder. Your emotions shift very quickly, so you can experience sadness, anger, anxiety, and they fluctuate very, very quickly, and it almost comes out of nowhere. It's a lot of people, when they feel themselves getting angry or anxious or upset, they can kind of feel it coming on. But with borderline personality disorder, it's almost just like bang, And this is why I've spoke about learning your triggers. So learning what's upsetting you and when to walk away. That's become really, really vital to me, and it's become one of the things that's helped me deal with it a lot better over the last couple of years. And it's not something I was taught; it's something I taught myself through reading books on this disorder. Yeah. So that's sort of the second sort of trait, should we say? Constantly afraid, the third one, constantly afraid that the people that I care about and that care about me will abandon me or leave me, or leave you. So yeah, I often feel like that's my biggest fear, is that the people I love in my life and the people who love me are going to abandon me. And it's kind of an irrational fear sometimes. It may seem like an irrational fear, but it's something that I still struggle with today. I think I spoke about it the other day. I often feel like people don't like me. I feel like people are putting on a front, pretending they like me. That probably isn't the case. It may be, but yeah, I often feel like people don't like me, and that is my biggest fear, is being abandoned by the people I love and just having no one, And that can often you can actually make that worse, because by feeling like that, sometimes you push people away because you don't want that to happen. You'd rather it happen on your terms than their terms, so you end up pushing people away, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's great, Simon. That's let me read Beachcombers. Let me read it out loud, and then either guys can answer it or both. What about ADHD, Simon? It also represents a very similar way in some cases, especially with uncontrolled emotions and anxiety.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people are, especially because ADHD is just like something they like to label most people with now. My niece and my nephew have both been labelled with, or both been diagnosed with ADHD. It just seems like an easy fix to me at the moment. Stick them on some medication and yeah. But again, I do believe that probably a lot of people who are diagnosed with ADHD will probably learn out later in life that it wasn't that, it was borderline personality disorder. And again, you can have both. You can have borderline personality disorder and ADHD. You can have lots of different disorders. You don't just have to have one,
Okay.
So, that's a really good comment, Beachcomber. Really good. I often think I have got ADHD to a certain degree because I really struggle to focus on stuff.
Oh, I know I haven't. I'm squirrel brain. I mean, I've been professionally diagnosed with it, but I mean, I'm constantly squirrel. I mean, I can't keep my mind on one single thing.
No.
And then, I mean, just like with you, with the borderline, like with my anxiety, like that trigger is just, I can be happy-go-lucky 1 minute, but then my anxiety can hit me like a freaking boulder. The next minute, I can be anxious and just mad or angry or whatever that emotion is with that anxiety. The next, and it can seem like for no apparent reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I can give myself anxiety just sitting here in my house, and I'll just suddenly start having a panic attack because I'll just start thinking things, and I'm like, I'm doing this to myself, like it's a strange thing. It's a very strange thing. But yeah, look, I definitely relate to that. I can definitely relate to that, Brandy. So number 4 would be romantic relationships are so intense, are intense, but they're very unstable. So when I've had relationships in the past, because like I've said to you before, it's not that we don't have feelings, or we're not, we have too much feelings. So we become very what's the word? Relationships just become very, very intense, and that's too much for a lot of people. And I can totally understand that. That's why I've got to come to the conclusion. Now I'm 38 years old. I've got a daughter who's 8 years old. I don't feel like I need a relationship, or a romantic relationship. I don't need one, and I'd never like to put that on a girl. I'd never like to put that on a woman again, because it's very, very hard for them. I'm not like, again, I think I'm a lot better than I was 10 years ago, and maybe I could sort of have a romantic relationship now, and because I know my triggers and stuff like that. But again, I just don't feel like I need it at this point in my life anyway. I'm quite happy with my life as it is, if that makes, if you know where I'm coming from. But yeah, it makes relationships almost impossible, especially if you're not diagnosed. You don't know you have BPD. People just think you're a horrible person, or just think you're just too intense, and just yeah. Well, sorry, that's Simon. What is your channel link so I can subscribe? Oh, sorry. I can't actually do it at the moment. I'll put it in a minute, in a little while after I've just gone through this. If that's all right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lady QB.
And then, Brandy, you could put yours in, right? You still have that copy and pasted, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She could put hers in too, Brandy. But hers is just well, Simon's is just borderline what, right?
Borderline what, and Brandy's is ChristAnxiety, yeah?
Without a space, yep. I did it. I did Brandy's without even Googling it or whatever.
Oh, it's super easy to find.
Get those links. We'll still get those links.
Yeah, Brandy's comes up. I don't know about mine, but Brandy's comes up. If you type in ChristAnxiety with a space, it should come up. Like,
if anyone needs to get, maybe I should do the same with yours, Brandy, but if anyone needs to get to Simon's, go to my community page, click on his video, goes right to his page.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Just tell people that if you can't get.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, definitely. Number 5. I might miss one or two of these out actually, but well, hang on, no, I haven't. Right, the way I feel about people in my life can dramatically change from one moment to the next. So it's called black and white, or black and white. So you're either good or bad sometimes. Now that used to be a lot that used to be a really, really big problem of mine. Again, that's something I've kind of got better with now. I understand that people aren't good or bad. People are all people are a mix of both, and we all make mistakes, and we all. I do generally think people are good at heart. Most people have got good hearts, and most people are good. That's what I genuinely believe, anyway. But yeah, when you're going through, not an episode, but because we don't really call them episodes in BPD, but when you're having a moment or whatever, someone who you've loved all your life can suddenly be like the worst person in the world, you know. And again, it's not something that affects me too much now. It can do, but it used to affect me a lot. So I'd have friends for years and years who are my best friends, and then suddenly they'd do something to upset me, something little, which, you know, maybe was quite out of order. But that's it. That's it now. They're out of my life. I never want to see them again, you know. They've hurt me so bad and all that. So yeah, that's that can be very, very hard for family members who have to deal with that, because even with my parents, you know, one moment, you know, when I was younger, certainly they were like the best thing in the world, the best parents in the world, and then, you know, then I hate you, you've ruined my life, and, you know, it's yeah. I often do things that I know are dangerous or unhealthy, such as driving recklessly. Not anymore, and never really have I done that, to be honest with you. Having unsafe sex, yeah, I've done that in my past. Binge drinking, I've never really been a drinker, to be honest with you. Sorry, I've lost my play. Using drugs and going on spending sprees. Well, using drugs, I wouldn't ever really say. When I was younger, I used drugs in my teens, like most teens do. And that certainly made my life a lot worse. And, you know, I don't, you know, we all have different views on drugs. I don't think drugs are all bad, but for me, drugs did not have a good effect on me at all. Cannabis is something that I've used most of my life. I stopped smoking cannabis about a year ago, just purely for the fact that it was more the money side, actually. It wasn't affecting. I always found it helped me sleep and that sort of thing, but it wasn't good. If I smoke it during the day, it would make me very lazy. But also, it's a lot of money, and I've got a daughter, and I just thought, you know, I can't be spending money on that when I've got a daughter. So, but yeah, so it can make you do very dangerous and unhealthy things, and you don't. You can make very bad decisions, you know.
Wow.
Spending sprees, actually, yeah. Going on spending sprees. That's something that I still do suffer with to a certain degree. Not spending sprees, but spending money to make myself feel better. But again, you know, not just BPD people do that. We all do that. But
yeah,
BPD can go a little bit more extreme, where it's like, oh shit, you know, I've spent all my money this month, you know, that sort of thing.
Simon, even like with me, I can attest to doing that.
Yeah.
Because I have literally, especially, I mean, right before I got married, and I think probably within the first, I would say 5 years or so after getting married, money management was not my thing at all. Especially if I had cash, that's out the window. If I had cash, I was spending it somewhere, somehow. Didn't matter on what. I was spending it to spend it, and like you said, to make myself feel better. And it, in the back of my mind, even if I knew, hey, this had to go to this bill or this had to go here,
yeah,
I would go out and spend it, because it was, like you said, that drive to make it better.
Yeah. Yep. And it's totally rational, really, isn't it? But at the time, you don't really care, or you don't even see that. You just think, oh, this is going to make me happy. I need to do this to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. I'll read a Pasta Alex's comment. It's a good comment. Pasta Alex says, there was a thing in Scientology called havingness. If you're feeling low, LRH said a quick, simple way to feel better is to go shopping, because it lifts your spirits temporarily. I'd agree with that.
Well, Yeah, well, apostate Alex, that's a brilliant comment. But you know that exactly that it might lift your spirits, but it's only going to be a temporary thing. And then once you've got over that purchase, and then you look in your bank account, and like Brandy just said, you've not got enough money to pay your bills. You're going to be a lot more unhappy than you were before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's natural LRH. Wow, that's mad. That's mad. I've never heard of that. So thanks.
Me neither.
Alex. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
That's crazy. God, you know. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Because we all know, like what do they call it, retail therapy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
basically
doesn't like
that's basically what he's talking about is retail therapy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't like to shop in? Not only shop, but feel like you got it, even though you know it's a fake sale. Because like Alex, I took some marketing classes, but well, he's a lot better than I am at it. But even though you you know something's on sale and you know they adjusted the price, you want to still feel like you're getting something on sale, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And even though I know the tricks, I still fall for it myself. I mean, that's pretty bad. But.
Hey, I'm like the number one shopper when it comes to Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're having that huge sale. You're saving so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you weren't going to buy it anyway. You weren't going to buy it before the sale.
Right. And you don't need it, right? I mean, I've had to finally cut back. It's like I already have several of already,
But I do have to attest, there is two things that I got Black Friday that otherwise you would have to spend big money on. And 2 years, 2 years at 2-year intervals, I should say, I stood in line and got a free TV with my phone.
Oh, that's worth it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I got a 40-inch TV, smart TV, with my brand new phone because I was upgrading my phone, and I was like, "You can't beat that."
No, definitely, and again, Black Friday is brilliant if you need something and you can get it cheaper than it would be the rest of the year. That's fantastic, isn't it? But I think Black Friday, I don't know, but I'm guessing a lot of people, just like me, Chad, and you were saying, buy things that they don't need or they weren't going to buy anyway, and they suddenly buy them just because it's a bit cheaper. And you think, well, I didn't really want it before Black Friday, and I don't need it, so you've just wasted money, really.
Yep. Even day-to-day shopping, I have to ask myself, number one, do I need this today? And number two, is there going to be a run on something? Because you live in Buffalo in the winter. Sometimes you do need to stock up on stuff, but is there going to be a run on it? If there's not going to be a run on it, and I don't need it today, I'll just buy it when I need it, not a month ahead of time.
Definitely. Someone's put in here, I'm the same way, being a creative for advertising and publishing for years, and I can absolutely be marketed to in an instant. So yeah, even someone who knows the game,
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, that's cool. Yep. Thanks for the comment, Danny.
Yeah, very good comment.
So the next one, I forget what number I've got to now, but the next trait is attempting to hurt yourself, engaging in self-harm, such as cutting or suicide. When I was a teenager, I did used to cut myself. I haven't since I was a teenager, but I did used to cut myself. Self-harm, yes. The other self-harm, when I was in my teens and into my sort of early 20s, when I'd lose my temper, I'd lash out and punch things, punch walls, and end up busting my hand up and stuff, and just doing crazy stuff. Sorry, I am being totally honest here, guys. I don't. I'm feeling a bit vulnerable. I'm feeling a bit vulnerable, actually. But
yeah, there's no judgment, man.
No, I know there isn't. That's why I feel.
It's better to be honest.
Yeah, I feel safe here telling you guys, so I know there's no judgment, but it's still hard, But yeah, and suicide. I've attempted suicide 4 times in my life. Now, some people can say, well, if you really want to, I've heard this before, if you really want to kill yourself, then you would have done. I took 80 paracetamol once. That was my first suicide attempt. The only reason I was saved was because my friend came round and saw me basically laying there with crap coming out of my mouth and everything, and unconscious, and phoned the ambulance. And luckily, I was taken to the hospital and they brought me back. But if it wasn't for my friend coming round, I wouldn't be here today. Definitely not. I was told that by the doctors. 80 paracetamol will kill anyone. You know. I mean, I remember sitting there eating them and. Sorry. Yeah, it got so bad that I was putting them in my mouth and I couldn't hardly swallow them because it was just making me, you know, it was because it was so many. But yeah, so I was taken to the hospital and they pumped my stomach and got it all out of me and everything. Luckily I survived, but I did end up with some damage to my organs. You'll often see I have a funny tone to my skin, and that is that. I've attempted suicide on other times as well. I've attempted to hang myself. That was probably when I was about 25. I've done that twice actually, around the same sort of around that same sort of age, 25, 26. I tried to hang myself, and yeah, I did bail out. I will admit that. Halfway through, I was almost shaking. Felt like I was going to pass out, and I just freaked out. Saw my life flash before my eyes. Saw my mum and dad. Saw my family. I hadn't had a daughter yet, but saw all my family and just loosened it and was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this to my family. You know, I can't do it. So yeah, and the 4th suicide attempt I had was when I was 27. I drove a car at very, very high speed and basically just tried to kill myself in a car crash. I didn't have a seatbelt on and just crashed into a tree. Was pretty hurt. Not I was hurt actually, but not like life-threatening hurt. I was taken to hospital. I hurt my back, done damage to my back. I don't know if you can notice on the stream, but I have quite a curvature of the spine where I've damaged my spine and stuff. So I've got a bad back now, which I've had ever since then. So they were my suicide attempts. Since I've had my daughter, that is not an option for me. I could not do that to my daughter. I could not leave my daughter without a father. No matter how bad it gets, I've come to the conclusion now that, I couldn't do it to my daughter. And secondly, it's something that we're all going to die one day. And I've just got to the point now where I feel blessed to even feel depressed sometimes, because at least I'm alive to feel depressed, if that makes sense. Because you have to be alive to feel these feelings. And if you're dead, you're never going to feel any of these feelings. So, again, I don't know whether that's making 100% sense to people, but it does to me. I would never attempt suicide again. My daughter's too much. She means too much to me. Right. Next one. Oh, sorry. Does anyone want to say anything, or do you guys want to say anything, or?
Oh yeah, people are just reaching out and giving like this one with cats. How do you pronounce her name?
Shell.
Okay. So, Simon, my heart's breaking for you, but we've all experienced stuff, which is true. We don't judge about it, I promise, which is true. So there's a lot of comments in the chat like that. I definitely give you props for talking about it, because everyone has something that 99% of us don't talk about it, but it is good to get it out there.
And I didn't speak about this for years. I haven't spoken about this for years. I speak to my family about it. I speak to my family if I'm having bad days and stuff, and I let them know how I'm feeling. Not necessarily about suicidal feelings, but I let them know if I'm having a bad day and stuff. I talk about it. I didn't for a long time. I kept it all inside. But it doesn't do anyone any good. And if anyone is out there feeling depressed, feeling lonely, or feeling suicidal, please reach out to someone. There's someone in your life who you can reach out to. If there isn't, please phone the Samaritans, or I don't know if you have the Samaritans in the US, do you? Yeah, I guess.
I'm sure there's someone they could. I'm not sure. I'd
Yeah,
have to think
well,
about. Yeah,
I'm
someone.
sure you have some mental health and
Yeah,
suicide lines and stuff. Yeah, please reach out, because you don't realise. I mean, I've had friends who have committed suicide as well. I think it's another thing that's probably made me grow up, maybe sort of change my mind on that over the years. I've had friends who have committed suicide, and I see the damage that it does. That, you know, their family never get over it. Your family never gets over something like that. So by committing
yeah.
suicide, you might be ending your pain, but you're just creating a whole world of pain for a lot of people.
And I've seen the aftermath of with people I've loosely worked with that I don't know. You can't ask them, and you wouldn't want to ask them if they were deceased from drugs or taking unaliving themselves. But you know the devastation because they come into work every day, and you could tell it's just not a good scene. It affects them for the rest. Of course, it affects them for the rest of their life. So it's
I had
not
a friend.
just,
I had a friend who committed suicide, and his mum struggled for years and years and years, and then took her own life because she just couldn't do it anymore. And that's
well,
devastating. Yeah. Sorry, can I just?
Oh yeah, take your time, step out or whatever. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, so please, anyone out there who's struggling, please don't struggle alone. Please reach out to someone.
Yeah.
Reach out to us. We're here for you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Email me or
email. Yeah, same here. And then same here. We have a huge community.
We do, and again, Chad, I've said to you this many times. Thank you so much, Chad, because you've been. I was doing all right before I met you, but you've really given me somewhere where I feel safe to talk openly, and it means a hell of a lot, Chad.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate you. You're a good guy. You don't give yourself enough credit. You're more put together than I am. Like, I know we talked about doing this chat, but it's like you're the one that came through and be like, hey, what's going on? Are we doing like you came with the list? Like, you're more put together than I am, so you don't give yourself enough credit.
Well, I don't know about that, but thank you.
Yeah,
I probably don't give myself enough credit, but that's just part of BBD anyway. Not thinking a lot of yourself and stuff. So
yeah,
definitely.
Cool.
Right, this will probably be the last one for now, and then we'll have a little chat after this about other things. Cool. But when I'm feeling insecure in a relationship, I tend to lash out and make impulsive gestures and keep the other person close. So yeah, when obviously insecurity is a massive thing with a lot of people anyway, just in general. But feeling insecure in relationships, you tend to lash out and make impulsive decisions, gestures to keep the other person close. But that ends up pushing them away anyway. And it kind of goes with the whole. So I'm losing my train of thought a little bit. It goes with the romantic relationships being so intense and stuff. It's when you're in an insecure relationship, you tend to lash out and do that just to try and keep that person close, but it ends up pushing them away anyway. So
I mean, relationships are hard to begin with, so if you're putting that on top of it,
definitely,
couldn't imagine.
Definitely. So I'll just say again, if you identify with any of these statements, you may, I'm not saying you do, but you may suffer from borderline personality disorder. And of course, you need, if that is the case, please seek a medical health professional for advice and try and get a diagnosis if that's what you want, if you feel that's what you need. Some people don't like to get a diagnosis. I found for me, actually finally getting the right diagnosis for BPD answered so many questions that I'd had about myself. And it took a lot of, it explained a lot of the reasons why I act the way I do. Again, I don't think I'm not saying that just because like getting that diagnosis that you can be like, oh, well, I've got BPD, so I can just act this way. No, not at all. You still need to understand that it's not okay to act those ways, and that you need to try to do your best to be better every day, learn your triggers. Because if you can learn your triggers and you can learn what really does sort of instigate or start these emotions or all these different traits that I've talked about, you know, it's yeah, just I think you know what I'm trying to say, but
Absolutely.
so my mind is racing at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So if you do identify with any of these, just seek some medical advice, and because it can be, like we just said, it can be confused with so many other disorders and stuff, and like ADHD, like we're talking about, BPD. Some BPD, people often think that's not borderline personality disorder. Guys, see, my mind is probably going blank now. Bipolar disorder, because it's bipolar disorder. So a lot of people think BPD is bipolar disorder, but it's not. Bipolar disorder is bipolar disorder. BPD is borderline personality disorder.
okay.
But yeah, so you know, I was diagnosed with that for a while as well. So yeah, getting the right diagnosis for me was really, really important, because like I then started buying books on the subject and reading, and that's what helped me, is actually researching it myself. I haven't got too much help from doctors and stuff regarding borderline personality disorder. I've seen therapists in the past who have refused to treat me because I've got borderline personality disorder. They've said, "Oh, that's too hard to treat. I can't treat that."
Wow.
Yeah, and that's hard. I think that's disgusting, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, even if they can't treat you, they should send you to someone who can. You know.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I've even had a doctor tell me before, like, oh, not a doctor, a therapist tell me before, oh, I don't treat borderline personality disorder because there's nothing we can do for you anyway, which is terrible, you know. And
yeah.
from what I'm aware, there's not many medications that are actually sort of registered to, or you know, actually for borderline personality disorder. But I have been on a lot of different medications to treat some of the symptoms. Which helped at the time for a little while, but again, like I've said, I've come off a lot of my medications now, well, all of them, over a long period of time. Again, seek your doctor's advice. Do not take my advice. Seek a doctor's advice first. But if you've been on medications for many, many years and you don't feel like anything's changed, or maybe things are even getting worse, that's a sign to me that maybe the medications aren't working anymore. Maybe you just need to change your medication, or maybe no medication. But again, please don't take my advice. Do speak to a doctor.
Yeah, no, that's right. We're not really giving any medical advice or anything like that.
No, definitely not. I'm not a doctor. And we're all different. We are all different. You know, it may work. You know,
I mean, you're a lawyer, so that's good enough for us, Simon.
What's that?
You're a lawyer. That's good enough. An attorney.
Yeah.
We had to break it up. Got to break it up a little bit. Have a little fun, you know.
Definitely. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. But for the trade, sorry, Bradley.
I just want to say that I found Simon's channel. So if everybody looks in chat, I put it in chat for everybody.
Oh, cool! I didn't even see it down there.
Cheers. Oh, hang on. So we've got Simon. You have put your priorities in line. Your child. That tells me that you're on the right track. Yeah. I think so. And I think having a daughter. Maybe I was lucky to have a child, because maybe that's what helped me really, really focus my mind on being the best dad I can, and not doing that, not taking that ultimate decision of taking my life and stuff. I think without my daughter, there's a possibility that I might have, you know, who knows? I probably would have attempted suicide again. Just a quick one on that. Borderline personality disorder. 70% of people who are diagnosed with borderline personality disorder will attempt to take their life.
Oh wow.
10% will succeed. That is the highest suicide rate of any disorder that I'm aware of. So basically, what I'm saying is 10% of people with borderline personality disorder will end up taking their life and succeeding.
Oh wow.
So it's got a very, very high suicide rate, and or at least attempted suicide rate as well, 70%. So it is a very serious thing, and if, like I say, if you feel like you do any of those traits that I've mentioned to you resonate with you, please do go and seek some advice, because it may not be able to be treated with medication and even therapy to a certain degree. I don't think really therapy helped me that much, but if you can learn your triggers, if you can buy some books, like I've got some books here, like buy this. This is a great book. I don't know if you can. The Borderline Personality Disorder Survival Guide. So this is a really, really great book. It's I read it probably once a month, and it's really, really good. It's helped me realize a lot of things, that a lot of my triggers and stuff. That was really, really important to me. So do your own research as well, guys. Don't be scared to do your own research. A lot of doctors don't like you doing your own research, but I think if you've been diagnosed with it, I don't see what the problem with that is. You know, if you've been diagnosed with a condition, go and do the research on it. You know, you should know about it. Don't self-diagnose yourself. That's another thing I will say. Don't self-diagnose yourself. If you think you've got this, go and seek some proper medical advice, because the worst thing you could go is diagnose yourself with this and it not be that. It could be something else, you know.
That's a good point.
So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it with the traits today. We'll do more on this because, like I told you, Chad, and I told Chad Brandy before we started in an email, that I could probably do a podcast on this every week for the rest of my life and probably never cover everything.
We can. Sorry to cut you off. We can go on every week, you, me, and Brandy, if you want. We could do a show.
Yeah, well, hopefully, if I can get a StreamYard going, then we can do it on my channel as well a little bit more, so I don't have to take up your time.
Yeah,
but, you know, I know you guys are.
Well, I'm still trying to grow my channel too, so we could.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Brilliant. I'm up for that. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that now. So I don't know if there's any chats or any questions.
Yeah, we'll take a few questions.
Or if you guys want to ask me any questions, or whether we just want to.
I was sitting here talking on mute. I was just trying to say, if the viewers didn't mind, we may have to do it just a little later in the evening one day, because on the 19th I do start work, and so I work 12 p.m. Noon to 8 p.m. Central. And so we'll have to just work it in between somewhere in there. But Brandy,
I broke my leg a few weeks ago, fractured my ACL, so I'm not working at the moment. So I'm free anytime, darling. So yeah, I'll work around you. Yeah.
Well, I know you're also other side of the pond too, right?
Yeah.
So I also know that 8 p.m. for me is like bookers early in the morning for you.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Goldie put. Sorry to cut you off. Goldie put Brandy's link in there, so because we're only going to go another 5 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
We weren't doing this long tonight. So make sure everyone that wants to sub the ChristAnxiety Brandy, and then Simon Borderline Dead. He does great videos.
So Joel McCoy's. Have you read Joel McCoy's comment? Ladies and gentlemen, what we are seeing is an example of how our man Chad is doing what he does best, helping people do better, feel better, and smile. Thanks, Chad. Definitely.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. This is important stuff. It seems like people want to hear it, and it's helping. So we're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. Well, I've been putting it off. I've been putting off doing the borderline, the BPD stuff, because, like I say, it's a hard subject to talk about. You have to be honest about it. Yeah, but now I've done this. This was just like, I think you sometimes just have to take that first step, and I think this is that first step. So hopefully I'll be able to do a bit more on this now. I want to, definitely.
Yeah.
Goldie's asked me, do me a favor and make a comment. Okay, yeah, I'll do that now, Goldie. Sorry.
Cool. That way we can get to your.
I'll just go.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time. We didn't really, like I said, we didn't. This was kind of short notice.
Yeah, it was. This is my fault, actually. I emailed chat probably about 2 hours ago.
Well, no, you were the one that made it happen, even though I forgot about it. So it's my fault that I didn't email you guys earlier.
Right. And then I was like, I happened upon the email and I was like, oh, yeah, I completely forgot. And I was trying to rush it.
Yeah, so this is good. I mean, if we could, as long as we can get our schedules together, we can go out once a week. If it's something people want, which it seems like they do.
I know Joel over there being like, Brandy, you in scrubs. I was like, no, I'm scrubbing. I'm in my PJs.
Nice. Yeah, we're informal. Except for Grip Kill Zone.
So I'm on.
Yeah.
Hang on.
We're just gonna.
Oh, I'm on ChristAnxiety's page. I'll put a comment on Christ's page, and then I'm on your page, on your chat.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that way. Like I said, Borderline Dad's. If anyone can't get to his channel, just go on my community page. He gets the credit when you click on his stuff. It goes right to his stuff. And then ChristAnxiety is just one word if you don't click on her link. There it is. So Goldie said in the chat. So after we wrap this up, Simon.
I'm just going to put a comment in your one as well.
Oh, okay. Take your time. We're just, like I said, we're just going to go a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Michelle, I'm done with you. Don't even play doctor now. Don't make me go find my stethoscope.
Yeah, I caught that. Yeah, Pamela. Yeah, the chat afterwards. Yep. So she can get to your channel. Yep.
Goldie, I'll put a comment in. Goldie, did you mean just like put a comment in, or did you actually want me to put my channel link in? Because I don't know how to do that in a minute.
I can do that. I can put the channel link in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but still make a comment afterwards. So she, yeah.
Well, I'll put a comment. I've just put hi. It's Borderline what? So.
But I think she means after we wrap up. You know how you gotta wait to get to like the real comments and everything. Yeah.
Well, she has just put there in the chat.
About the comments on the page itself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So after we wrap, we're gonna wrap up in a minute.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna talk to Brandy after this about some technical stuff.
She said he did what she meant.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're ahead of me then. Okay. Cool. So yeah, we're just like I said, we're wrapping up, guys. So if anyone has one last question or whatever,
I'm just having a look to see if there's any questions. Simon, is there anything we can do online to help you feel safer? Be honest, please. Simon, is there anything we can do online to help you feel safer? Be honest. I don't. That's Dawn. That is who asked.
Yeah, I missed that one. Okay.
I don't really. No, I don't really. I can't really think how anything that anyone can do online can help me feel safer, because I feel safe. Like I said, I'm not suicidal. I've got my daughter. She keeps me safe. But just you guys being here and just you guys supporting me gives me a lot of love and support, and that means the world to me. It would be amazing if anyone isn't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, because I will be putting more stuff out about BPD. And again, Chad's and Brandy's channel, please subscribe to them, because we're all going to be working together anyway. So
and that's one good thing, Simon, to keep busy is, the channel does take it. It consumes my life. You know what I mean? I start and end my day. If I'm not doing videos, it's an email about something. So it's a good, it's all positive stuff. It's stuff you want to do, and it's fun watching it grow and working with people and meeting people. So that might be a positive thing, but Goldie's asking if anyone has your phone number.
Does anyone have my phone number?
I don't, because my phone doesn't work out of the USA.
I don't really like giving my phone number out, to be honest with you. I don't really want to. Do you know what I mean?
We can email.
Yeah, I don't mind people emailing me, but I don't really want to go give my phone number out to people who I don't.
Okay.
Again, I'm not being horrible, guys. You just don't know who's out there, and I don't want people phoning me up and trolling me and stuff. And again, that might just be me being paranoid. I don't know, but you do hear these horrible stories of online and stuff. I know we've got a very safe community here, but you just never know. I don't know.
It's okay.
But yeah, feel free to get my email. You know, you can get my email and get in contact with me that way. That would be great. Yeah. Thanks, Goldie.
Yeah, Goldie is great.
Yeah, she is.
Everyone agrees to that. Yeah, and he, you know, like I said, this wasn't really supposed to be too long of a chat. Anyone have any last words?
I did just see someone say SPTV is consuming. It is, y'all. It's such
I missed that one. That's true, though. It's, you know, I started well, you guys know, I started watching Aaron stuff a year ago, and I used to watch before there was all these channels. That's all there was Aaron and maybe Chris Shelton, and I used to watch Aaron stuff every day because he posts every day. He's the one that he always told me, if you want to grow a channel, you got to post something every day. And if you don't want to, you know, grow that fast, it's fine. You're just not going to grow as fast, though. But that's why I post every day. And but yeah, no, the channels have exploded mainly because of Aaron, because he got, you know, he made my character, and he's encouraged a lot of his friends and people in the community to do pages.
Yeah. I'd just like to say that like to say thank you for all the support that I'm reading in the chats. It's lovely. It really is lovely. So I can't find it now, but someone said that, Joel McCoy and Simon, I'm very proud of you. Stay strong. Yeah, that is awesome. You know,
and I think, because again, Goldie said again, I'm not suggesting that anyone should give their phone number in a chat, but I think she just means like if you ever needed to reach out to one of us, Goldie, me, Brandy, you know.
Yeah, tell you what, I will give Chad my phone number, and he can pass it on to Goldie, and he can pass it on to Brandy as well, and anyone else that, you know, that Chad, you know, I trust Chad's judgment. Let's put it like that.
I don't think my phone. I'll try to dial you, but I don't think my phone works out of the U.S. because I went to Canada once and it did nothing.
Have you got WhatsApp, Chad?
No, but I can download it because people have asked me. Yeah,
WhatsApp's normally the best way because you can do international. I believe you can do international calls, can't you? I think.
Yeah, probably. And then what we've been using for like because I communicate with Marilyn and Juliana and Denver with the Aftermath work and the Mike Render work. We use the Facebook links to do video calls. That's pretty cool too. But yeah, I'll download one of these days. I'll download that WhatsApp.
Anyway,
yeah,
it's a different subject. What's on tonight, guys? Have we got any SPTV, or have we got anything to look forward to tonight?
Oh, good question. Let me see if there's anything.
Let's have a look, shall we? I'll have a look.
Yeah, let's all look. Yeah, and then we'll wrap up.
No, I actually was thinking about just jumping on tonight and doing a random live just because.
Do it.
Yeah, do it. That's how you break out. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, do it.
I'll watch Brandy if you do something, definitely.
Yeah, same here. Even if I'm busy, I'll let the phone run in the background, you know.
Right, Growing Up in Scientology has got a video. LAPD chief refuses meeting with Leah Remini. That starts at my time. That'll be 11:15. So I don't know what time that is US. You'll have to work that out. But
oh wow, let me look for it.
So that's how do I look up what's coming?
Pardon? That's coming in 10 minutes, guys. We got to get off soon.
Oh God, yeah, it's nearly that time now. Oh, wow.
We got to see that one. Usually, if I'm on a stream, like I said, we were planning to end anyways. I won't stop. People could watch the rerun. I don't care if it's Levin Smith or what, but that is a good one to watch. We need to get our popcorn ready for that one. And any last words, Brandy? I don't want to cut you off either.
No, the only thing I was asking is how do you see what's coming out? Like what's...
Oh, I just scroll through my phone, and like if it's Growing Up in Scientology, I'll just Google it and make sure he doesn't have nothing. And
okay, you just look him up and see what's scheduled.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a better way. I'm not a tech person, so I don't really know.
On my phone, what I do is so I on my on my YouTube, it says, I get at the bottom, it says home, shorts, subscriptions, and library. So I'll just click on subscriptions, and that'll tell me anyone that I'm subscribed to, whether there's videos coming, or whether there's a video that's been released, or whether there's a video waiting. So that's the best way. That's how I normally do it. If not, just click on your favorite content creators, and they'll say whether they're going to be putting a video out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we are. Yeah. So
we got to roll.
Apologies, starting in less than 10 minutes now, about 9 minutes. So so definitely watch that, people. It sounds like that's going to be a good one. Well, they always are.
Right. Yeah. No, that's going to be a wrap because we got to get ready for that.
Yep.
Cool.
Everybody, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. It was a great stream.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Send love to everyone. Take care of yourselves.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Brandy. Bye, Chad.
Bye, guys.